Welcome back to my channel, Soulmate Session, the place where we explore all things dating, intimacy, and relationships. My goal here is to help you build deeper, more meaningful connections with your partner while also mastering the art of intimacy. If you're here to learn, grow, and improve your skills in the bedroom, you're in the right place. Today, I'm diving into one of the most sought-after topics in the world of intimacy: the 7 techniques that will stimulate the G-spot effectively and give your partner mind-blowing, life-changing orgasms. Trust me, this isn't just about technique. It's about understanding, patience, and creating a safe and sensual environment where your partner feels comfortable to explore new levels of pleasure with you. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to becoming the lover she'll never forget. Before we get into the techniques, take a second to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment if you find this valuable. Sharing is caring, so let's spread the love. Let's jump right into it. Today, I'll share the 7 best G-spot stimulation techniques, and I'll also give you additional tips on how to create the right environment, enhance communication, and ensure that you're both enjoying every moment of intimacy. Understanding the G-spot, what it is, and why it matters. To start, let's discuss what the G-spot actually is and why it's such a big deal. The G-spot, or the Grafenberg spot, is a sensitive area located about 1 to 2 inches inside the vagina on the anterior front vaginal wall. If you imagine the vaginal canal as a clock, the G-spot is located at around the 12 o'clock position. What makes it special is its unique composition of erectile tissue and nerve endings, which means it can provide a different type of pleasure compared to clitoral stimulation. It's important to note that not all women experience G-spot pleasure in the same way. Some may find it incredibly pleasurable, while others may feel discomfort or even numbness if it's overstimulated. The most crucial factor is patience. Unlike men, who may become aroused relatively quickly, women often need 20 to 40 minutes of foreplay for their G-spot to become fully engorged. This means you need to be attentive, patient, and focused on her experience. It's not a race, it's a journey. Creating the right environment for intimacy. Before diving into the techniques, let's talk about the environment. You could know every G-spot stimulation trick in the book, but if the atmosphere is off, it could completely kill the mood. Here are some tips for setting the stage. Lighting. Dim the lights or use candles to create a warm, inviting atmosphere. Music. Soft, sensual music can help your partner relax and set the tone for the experience. Cleanliness. Make sure your hands are clean, your nails are trimmed, and the space is tidy. Communication. Before you begin, have an open conversation with your partner. Ask her what she's comfortable with and make sure she feels safe and respected. These steps may seem small, but they're critical for building trust and ensuring your partner feels relaxed and receptive. Technique 1. Soft tapping. Let's start with a gentle introduction to G-spot stimulation, soft tapping. Once your partner is fully aroused and comfortable, you can begin by inserting one finger, either your index or middle finger, into her vagina. Take it slow and allow her to adjust to the sensation. This is not the time for aggressive movements or jackhammer techniques. Instead, let your finger rest inside for a moment to establish a sense of connection. Using a light tapping motion, gently tap the area where the G-spot is located. Imagine knocking softly on a door. You're not trying to break it down. You're simply saying, "Hello, I'm here." This technique allows you to explore her sensitivity. Some women may respond immediately, while others may need more time to feel pleasure. Always ask her how it feels and adjust accordingly. Pro tip: Use a high-quality lubricant to reduce friction and enhance the experience. Technique 2. The Come Hither motion. The Come Hither motion is a classic technique for G-spot stimulation, and for a good reason. It works. But it's important to do it the right way. Once your finger is inside, curl it slightly towards the front vaginal wall, using only the soft pads of your finger, never your nails. Gently stroke the G-spot in a rhythmic, deliberate motion. Think of it as inviting her orgasm to come closer. The key here is to keep the pressure consistent and pay attention to her cues. Is she arching her back, moaning softly, breathing faster? These are signs that you're on the right track. Remember, this is not about you. It's about her. Let her guide you by telling you what feels good. Technique 3. Indirect tease. Sometimes less is more. Instead of focusing directly on the G-spot, try stimulating the areas around it. Think of it as teasing the edges before diving into the main event. Imagine the G-spot as the center of a clock. The areas at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock are rich with nerve endings and can be just as pleasurable when stimulated. Gently explore these areas with your finger, using circular motions or light tapping. This indirect approach can heighten anticipation and build arousal, making the eventual G-spot stimulation even more intense. Technique 4. Anchoring. In. Now we're getting into more advanced territory. Anchoring in involves applying consistent pressure to one specific area of the G-spot. If your partner is ready, you can use 2 fingers, index and middle. Instead of using the Come Hither motion, press your fingers firmly against the center of the G-spot and hold them there. Use rhythmic, consistent pressure to anchor in and create a steady buildup of sensation. The trick here is to maintain the same level of pressure and rhythm. Don't speed up or change intensity unless she asks you to. Consistency is key to helping her reach orgasm. Bonus tip. While you're anchoring in, try whispering affirmations or sweet nothings in her ear. Emotional connection amplifies physical pleasure. Technique 5. Side-to-side motion. This technique involves moving your fingers from side to side, east to west, across the G-spot. Think of it as exploring the entire surface area of the G-spot rather than focusing on one specific spot. You can combine this with clitoral stimulation for a double dose of pleasure. For example, use your thumb to gently stroke her clitoral hood while your fingers work their magic inside. This dual stimulation can create a more intense and satisfying experience. Technique 6. Up and down motion. For those who want to explore deeper sensations, the up and down motion is a game changer. Instead of focusing solely on the G-spot, use your fingers to stimulate the entire vaginal canal. Move your fingers in a vigorous up and down motion, starting from the bottom of the vaginal wall and working your way back up to the G-spot. This technique is particularly effective for women who enjoy more intense stimulation. However, it's essential to check in with your partner regularly to ensure she's comfortable. Pro tip. This technique can sometimes lead to squirting orgasms, so be prepared with towels or waterproof sheets. Technique 7. The double blended orgasm. The final and most powerful technique is combining G-spot and clitoral stimulation for a double blended orgasm. While stimulating her G-spot using one of the techniques above, use your tongue or a vibrator to stimulate her clitoris. This combination creates a synergy of sensations that can lead to some of the most intense orgasms she's ever experienced. Bonus tip. Take breaks to check in with her. Sometimes, the intensity of double stimulation can be overwhelming, so it's important to pace yourself. I'll pause here and continue in the next message to expand further. Enhancing the techniques with additional tips. To make these techniques even more effective, let's go over some practical tips and common mistakes to avoid. These will ensure that your partner is not only comfortable, but also fully engaged in the experience. Tip 1. Patience is a virtue. One of the most important aspects of intimacy is patience. The G-spot isn't a magic button that instantly causes pleasure. It takes time, effort, and a deep understanding of your partner's body. Don't rush or expect immediate results. The more relaxed and aroused she is, the more likely she is to enjoy the experience. A good rule of thumb is to start with at least 20 minutes of foreplay before even attempting G-spot stimulation. This gives her body time to warm up and allows the G-spot to become engorged and sensitive. Tip 2. Use your voice. Communication is everything when it comes to intimacy. Don't be afraid to ask questions like, "Does this feel good? Would you like more or less pressure? Do you want me to go slower or faster?" These questions not only show that you care about her pleasure, but also help you fine-tune your technique to meet her specific needs. If she seems unsure, encourage her to use nonverbal cues like moans or body movements to guide you. Tip 3. The magic of lubrication. Even if your partner is naturally lubricated, using a high-quality water-based lubricant can enhance the experience. It reduces friction, makes movement smoother, and allows for longer sessions without discomfort. Opt for a lubricant that is free of harsh chemicals, fragrances, or additives. Products specifically designed for sensitive skin are always a safe bet. Tip 4. Pay attention to her entire body. While focusing on the G-spot is the main goal, don't forget the rest of her body. Use your free hand to caress her thighs, hips, stomach, or breasts. You can also kiss her neck, whisper sweet words, or hold her hand to maintain that emotional connection. When her entire body feels engaged and appreciated, it amplifies her overall pleasure. Tip 5. Rhythm and consistency. One of the most common mistakes people make during G-spot stimulation is changing rhythm too often. Once you find a motion or pressure that she enjoys, stick with it. The G-spot responds well to repetition and consistency, so resist the urge to try too many techniques all at once. Instead, focus on building intensity gradually. Tip 6. Understand her response to squirting. Some women experience squirting when their G-spot is stimulated, while others do not. Both responses are perfectly normal. If your partner does squirt, reassure her that it's a natural and beautiful part of her body's response to pleasure. If she's concerned about making a mess, you can prepare by using waterproof sheets or towels. The key is to make her feel comfortable and free of any shame or embarrassment. Addressing common myths about the G-spot. There are many misconceptions about the G-spot, so let's take a moment to debunk them. Myth: every woman has the same G-spot sensitivity. Truth: just like every person is unique, every woman's sensitivity to G-spot stimulation varies. Some women love it, while others may not find it pleasurable at all. Both are completely normal. Myth: the G-spot is a physical button. Truth: the G-spot is an area of tissue, not a single point. It's more like a zone that responds to stimulation. Myth: G-spot orgasms are better than clitoral orgasms. Truth: pleasure is subjective. Some women prefer clitoral stimulation, while others enjoy G-spot stimulation, or a combination of both. There's no right or wrong way to experience pleasure. Myth: G-spot stimulation always leads to squirting. Truth: squirting is not a guaranteed result of G-spot stimulation. It varies from person to person. Signs she's reaching a G-spot. Orgasm: Understanding your partner's responses is crucial for ensuring her pleasure. Here are some common signs that she's enjoying G-spot. Stimulation or nearing orgasm. Increased breathing. Her breathing may become deeper and faster. Muscle contractions. You may feel her vaginal muscles tightening around your fingers. Moans or whimpers. Vocal expressions are often a good indicator of pleasure. Arching her back. This is a common response to deep sensations of pleasure. Clutching or grasping. She may hold on to your arm, the bed, or anything nearby as her pleasure builds. Always keep in mind that every woman expresses pleasure differently, so it's important to learn her unique responses, when to stop or adjust. Not every session will go perfectly, and that's okay. If your partner expresses discomfort, or if you notice signs of pain, stop immediately and ask her how she's feeling. Sometimes, switching to a gentler technique or focusing on other erogenous zones can help maintain the mood. Always prioritize her comfort and well-being above all else. Final words on this episode of G-spot stimulation. 7 techniques that will make her scream on this channel. Soulmate Session. You need to become attentive. A confident lover takes time, practice, and a willingness to learn. Remember that intimacy is a shared experience, not a performance. It's about connection, trust, and mutual pleasure. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this deep dive into G-spot stimulation techniques. I hope this video has helped you feel more confident and prepared to explore this beautiful part of intimacy with your partner. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Soulmate Session. Your support means the world to me and helps me create more content to help you improve your love life. Let me know in the comments. Which of these techniques are you most excited to try? Or do you have any tips of your own to share? Stay tuned for more videos where we explore all things intimacy, relationships, and personal growth. Until next time, stay connected, stay confident, and stay passionate. See you soon.